Life as We Know It with Tom Walton.
Nobody has to tell Zak Vassar the challenges he signed up for. First, there's that age thing. Just 37, and even younger looking in person, he knows there are folks who quietly wonder if he's seasoned enough to be the president and chief executive officer of the Toledo Symphony Orchestra. Silent and subtle age discrimination in reverse, you might say. Second, there's the big shoes to fill thing. Most Toledoans and fans of the symphony know only two past professional directors of the TSO, Robert Bell and Kathy Carroll. Mr. Bell is still venerated around this town as a somewhat shy but visionary leader of TSO for decades, a man who always deflected praise away from himself and toward his orchestra. When we sat down for an archival video interview with Mr. Bell a few years ago for the Toledo-Lucas County Public Library, he thought our intent was to discuss the history of the orchestra. When he realized we were chronicling his own life and achievements, he asked us to cease and desist. He was uncomfortable with the attention. But the TSO grew to a nationally respected regional orchestra under his steady hand. 6 years ago, he handed off the job to Ms. Carroll, who'd been preparing for it for years, even if unknowingly, and the transition was seamless. It's possible those two have forgotten more about running a regional orchestra than a lot of others in the business will ever learn. Their double-barreled legacy has been thrust upon a St. John's Jesuit graduate who landed his perfect job. His favorite composer is Mahler, although he remembers an eclectic mix of music in his Old Orchard household growing up with several siblings, from Springsteen and Van Halen to Chopin and Sinatra. Just as importantly, he recognizes that money makes the world go round. One of Ms. Carroll's strengths was development work, and Mr. Vassar knows that fundraising is a monster that constantly needs to be fed. Orchestras like Toledo's can't match the wealth or endowments of the big boys and girls. The generosity of the community, including individual concertgoers, is critical to the symphony's mission. He hopes that Toledoans who are not yet fans will become concertgoers first and eventually donors. In his view, the $25 give is as important as the $5,000 give if it expands the symphony's audience. The business side drives the artistic side of running a symphony, and Mr. Vassar is hard at work on the latter too, having already finished the lineup for the 2017-18 season. Back in the 1990s and early 2000s, the Blade lamented the brain drain from Toledo and expressed the hope our best and brightest would stay or one day come back if they left. Mr. Vassar is one who came back. When Ms. Carroll's retirement loomed, he was enlisted to help the search committee find her successor. Turns out the committee didn't have to search very far. He eventually applied at Ms. Carroll's urging and got the gig. From search committee to the chosen one. Living the dream, he says. His challenges are many. Grow the endowment, book the superstars of classical and popular music, continue community outreach programs and musical instruction, oversee a $6 million budget, 16 full-time and 10 part-time employees, and 57 talented musicians. And oh yes, stay true to the art and have some fun along the way. Not long ago, Zak Vassar was a teenager in Old Orchard. Now he's the leader of the band, and he's all in.
Life as We Know It is written and hosted by Tom Walton and is a production of WGTE Public Media. Life as We Know It with Tom Walton can be heard on WGTE FM 91 every Monday afternoon during All Things Considered at 5:44 p.m. Or hear past episodes at wgte.org/life.